Say goodbye to these.
Oh, no.
The last time you're going to be seeing these for a while.
How ironic. I just found out I'm staying. We take these back?
Okay.
The nerds in The Big Bang Theory have built several robots over the course of 12 seasons, but Sheldon reveals to a profoundly slumming it Regina King that the only one they gave 6 breasts was expressly a sex robot.
Is that alcohol on your breath?
Howard built a sex robot.
For comparison, their killer robot Monty had a circular saw and no boobs. But why couldn't the 6-boobed robot be a killer? Well, because for some insane reason, Hollywood writers apparently believe if a character has more boobs than average, then they automatically have to be a sex worker.
I'm sorry, I'm a feminist. I don't notice things like how many breasts a robot has.
For example, many remembers the triple-breasted prostitute that offered some XXX action to Arnold Schwarzenegger and Colin Farrell in the Total Recall movies. But do you know about the time Star Trek gave the world this alien cat stripper?
It appears we have lost our sex appeal, Captain.
Star Trek has more than 100 different alien species, which come in all different shapes and sizes. But when we finally get to see one with an extra mammary gland, the character happens to be an exotic dancer.
It is difficult to explain. Counselor Troy's body was a cake.
Upper body.
Then you have Return of the Jedi and its exotic dancers in Jabba's palace like the 6-titted Yarna Delagaran, whose name I believe translates to a revealing glimpse into George Lucas's personal preferences.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
And that's without mentioning the busty demon with a trinity of gourds on the TV series Angel, who is clearly an escort. The lone unsexual character with additional Elmer Fuds we can find was the giant monster from the Metapocalypse music video that runs around ripping off guys' testicles, which again is probably a thing some dudes are into, so maybe that still counts. You know, it's almost like male self-loathing Hollywood writers hate themselves for caring so much about breasts, which is why they're always so weirdly opposed to people who get breast augmentations and make them always evil. What's that about? For example, in Back to the Future Part 2, Biff married Marty's mom and forced her to get a boob job because turning the US into a place where you can get killed for stealing newspapers wasn't enough to establish his villain cred. He also had to go and mess with nature, that monster. And it's not just creepy guys. Television also punishes women for wanting enlarged orbs, which is why when Kitty on Arrested Development gets implants, she's punished for it by having her boob job turn out all weird and lopsided.
Say goodbye to these.
Oh, no.
The last time you're going to be seeing these for a while.
How ironic. I just found out I'm staying. We take these back?
Okay.
Then there's this scene in Leprechaun 3 where a woman wishes for bigger breasts and the titular evil leprechaun causes them to expand so much that they explode. And that right there is the most thought anyone has ever given to Leprechaun 3, so let's just move on. You also have Mean Girls, where the Queen Bee's mom, played by Amy Poehler, had a boob job so botched that she didn't even feel it when a dog basically bit her nipple off. In the interest of inclusiveness, let's look at some wieners, shall we?
Ew, why?
On Parks and Rec, Gary is a low-level government employee / emotional human toilet for his coworkers. Jerry's so-called friends routinely and viciously insult him, hucking literal pies into Terry's face and persistently calling poor Larry by the wrong name. And since Gary is so hopelessly pathetic, the writers decided they had to throw him a bone. His own bone, to be specific. In season 4, it's revealed that Gary has more of an anaconda than a garter snake. This being Gary's unavoidable wiener, was supposed to make us feel less sorry for the guy. See, it's fine that people genuinely hate Gary because his dong is so impractically huge. A very similar thing happens with Cyril Figgis, a timid, frail comptroller working for a spy agency on Archer. Cyril gets so little respect on the show that merely offering to help out with a computer problem results in his coworkers shitting all over him. Figuratively, not literally.
No, literally.
But it's okay, because in the series' 2nd episode, we learn Cyril has a 12-inch Slim Jim.
You are merely a victim of sexual addiction.
Other examples include Zach Young on Desperate Housewives, Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, Chris Griffin on Family Guy, and David Spade on Just Shoot Me, which is both the name of the show and what I want you to do if you ever catch me watching David Spade.
Convicted murderer Amanda Knox will write an advice column for a Seattle newspaper. The working title right now is Dear Stabby.
Well, my disgustingness is my best feature.